All right. We're finally live. After all that time getting set up, we're finally live. I am here with the one, the only, the almighty insyt. Everyone congratulate him because he just dropped his new album, Dancing by Myself. Woo!
Let's go.
How does it feel now that it's out?
Feels so good, man. So good.
Relieved or?
Yeah, definitely relieved. Definitely I'm glad that it exists in the world now, for sure.
How is it? At time of recording, it's only been a couple of days, but how has the feedback been so far?
Feedback's been good. I think it's a cohesive piece of work, and I think people are picking up on that. So I'm happy with it, for sure.
Now, I want you to be honest. We're going to start off being honest.
Yes. The
days leading up to the album, when Carti announced he was going to drop, how would you feel?
Yo, I'm not going to lie. Everyone was on me about that. It's rap music, bro. It's Friday. People drop music. It is what it is. It's not even like I'm even on that playing field. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And it's that's always going to happen. But there is something to now everyone's all about that. For the days leading up to it.
I feel you. It's hey, there's plenty of room. I think.
Yeah, and I also would not say it's that similar to what.
No, it's that's what I'm saying, bro. It's not even the same different facets of rap right now.
Not even. What do you think about that facet of rap?
I think it's sick, and I think it's super necessary. Sometimes you got to turn up.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to rage.
Do you ever want to do that with your music? You ever want to rage?
I had a show recently last month, and it's when I perform my music, people are listening because it's deep or whatever, but I want to turn up.
So you think that's coming up, you're gonna start doing a little more of that, or think of the live performance aspect of your music a little more?
Yeah, starting to make songs that I get excited to perform, for sure. Bro, drums, whether it's trap, whether it's the boom bappy stuff.
You got some of that in this.
Yeah, for sure. But I really want to just dive into that more. Definitely.
Yeah, I think you did that a little bit on, and now I've just the worst recall, thinking of the track names, but the third track.
River Flip.
Yeah, River Flip. There's a little bit of that in there.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I said when we just did the other ranking video, but you do a great job of I think one of your biggest strengths is you make complete bodies of work where you could tell everything's thought out, everything seamlessly transitions, but even it doesn't necessarily transition perfectly, but it works. In the beginning, I think that instrumental, it's that cool flute kind of welcomes you in, transitions perfectly into the second track. Then when you get to River Flip, it totally switches things up, but it catches your attention, but it's still a perfect transition at the same time. It's not totally different. I don't know. I think you're excellent at that. And especially for someone who's a newer artist just coming up, I think you're well beyond your years of experience in making music. At least it seems from my perspective.
Yeah, I in terms of sequencing and transitions, I've been doing that for a minute, on my SoundCloud days, almost damn near 6 years ago. But I understand how attention works when listening to a piece of music. It's it's really sick to just take someone here and then take them over here super fast, because it forces you to be oh, I gotta lock in on this because it's keeping me engaged.
Yeah, and it also it almost makes you not even realize when the song's changing. So you're just kind of are listening and listening and listening. You're oh, I'm 8 tracks in now.
Yeah, especially with this album, because it's on the shorter side too. It's I like how it's kind of, to me anyway, it sounds like a big song.
Yeah,
a big.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
so
it's awesome. But you historically have made shorter tracks. Sometimes you'll give something one verse and that's it. But you played around with a little more extra verses, more song structure and stuff like that on this project, at least with a few songs, I felt like.
Yeah, definitely some hooks in there. Definitely some especially the last song too. Even though it's just one verse, for me, Melina did a great job of just adding the nice singy hook. I definitely want to dive into that bag more traditional song structures. But my brain was just so spastic, I think, in the making of this project. I was I'm just gonna say this 16 and then I'm done. It's you know what I mean?
And then I also feel something you do that's different than most people. I feel now the strategy from everyone, especially up and coming rising artists, it's more so you got to drop singles, try to build momentum. You're a big project guy.
I'm an album guy.
Your albums or EPs, you're hardly dropping singles. I feel everything, even in it says the single on the DSP, you go into it, it's a 3-pack.
I'm not going to lie. Even dropping the singles for this project, I was yeah, this is cool, but I need people to hear the whole thing.
Yeah, I agree, and it's something about like that style of music. You said your influence was some rap songs in the last video we did. That was one of the albums that influenced
for sure.
you. I love that album.
Yeah.
But that album is an excellent example of like, I forget what the single was that he put out first, but I hated it when he first dropped it.
Nowhere to go.
I was
it's
like,
different.
Dude, what is because it's so different. I'm like, bro, what am I
but
listening to?
But then in the context of
yes, it's
exactly.
Like the first time I listened to it, I was like, oh, I get it now. But as a single, I was like, oh, I don't really like, what is he doing? So I do feel like, not that I feel like that way with your singles at all. I love them, especially because I've been a fan of yours for a bit. But like, I get what you're saying in the context of the album. Like, everything just flows and works. And it's just like, I feel like you need that a lot of times to.
Yeah, everything kind of reinforces each other on the project.
Yeah.
It's like, I see it as like duality. Like, this song needs this song. Like the transition to the River Flip song needs the intro. I think the intro needs the instrumental at the beginning. Like, it all can't exist without each other, which I don't know, I think is sick.
So talk to me about like the concept behind the album's title, Dancing by Myself. Like, what was your mindset going into this one, and like the differences between this and past projects?
Yeah, I was moving like a lot.
Physically,
I was working out, which I would like. I was just coming out of a place of like stagnancy, like dealing with like some like, mental health stuff and all that. So I was working out. I was in Toronto a lot. I was meeting new people. I was kind of like just embodying life as dance, both as celebration and a bit also as performance. And then, I was just like kind of learning how to live and what I wanted that to look like, in terms of music and just in terms of art. And this was all a process that took place primarily alone, I'd say too. Not to say that all of this art was just me, because it's definitely not. It's a whole bunch of people, but just like the process of making it, being inspired, and even looking back, like for how long I've been doing this, I'm like, damn, this has been me. So the project was kind of like a celebration of that for sure. Yeah.
So I'm going to, and this is kind of similar to what we're talking about right now, but I want to expound on a little bit from your announcement of the album, because I feel like you kind of talk about this a bit, and I just want to like break down each paragraph, because I think it gets into like where your mindset was making the project and all that. So
for sure.
When you I forget when exactly you posted, it was a few weeks before the album dropped. You said, it's an all-encompassing journey of my life last year, a whirlwind of good moments, memories, and learning experiences. I was on my feet more than ever, tried to take the good with the bad, emphasize living in and appreciating the now. Mm-hmm. How do you feel like you weren't appreciating the now, and like what do you think went into, making that more of a focus in your life?
Yeah, I think with like being stagnant, or at least like where I was, a big part of it was just like being in my own head, or like whether it's thinking about the past, thinking about the future, but just not kind of sitting with myself like right now in this moment. And I think with moving around and traveling and working out, it kind of forced me to exist in that pocket of time, which is the now. A huge theme on the project is mindfulness. Just like, because it's all we got, bro.
True.
It's literally all we got is right now.
That's a man who went to therapy.
Come on, bro.
Shout out to my therapist, Steve, every Friday.
Yo, shut up, Brian. I don't know where you're at in life, but I appreciate you.
Steve's my boy. Every Friday at 11 a.m.
It's necessary, bro.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
So where were you traveling to? Was that also like just for leisure, or was that due to the career growth?
It was due to it was definitely the career growth. It wasn't even like it was like out of the country or anything crazy. It was just like even being in Toronto, being in Mississauga, being just in these rooms and with these people that are new. I think that's the thing too. It's like when you move to places that are unknown, like you can kind of find yourself a bit. Even me being in New York right now, it's like I've never been here, but I can like find who I am in a city that's unknown to me, Well,
because you got to like find your way somehow. It forces you. There has to be some sort of action.
Exactly. And then when I come back home, I'm gonna have a piece of like New York with me in some, and it's gonna show in the music
start
too.
Wearing Tim's when he when he gets back home.
Just Tim's, and then like I don't know what else is like hella New York.
I was about to say, what's like? There's like a slang on the tip of my tongue that like saying dead ass every other thing. Like yo, dead ass, bro.
I heard safety's one too. Just saying just safety.
I haven't heard that one. I'm a Jersey guy though, so I can't. I don't know
brick?
it that much.
What is brick?
Brick. I don't know if brick is like brick is New York, but I don't know if that's strictly New York. That's like an East Coast thing potentially.
What does that mean?
It's like it's cold. Like it's cold outside. It's brick. It's cold by where you are. It's brick where you live.
I'm not right, bro. I hate that. I hate that.
Well, then you're not New York. Maybe we got to kick you out.
Maybe by the time I come back, I'm going to be like, I'll vibe with it a bit more.
Like, tell all your boys, yo, it is brick outside. Like, what the fuck
like,
are you talking about, bro? Dead ass. Put the Timbs up.
It's mad brick.
It's mad brick. It is mad brick.
All right, bro. All right.
That's about all I got. So that's just New York. New Yorkers are
I'm trying to try chopped cheese, bro.
That's good.
That's one of my goals. I want to pet a bodega cat.
Yeah, you'll find those pretty easily.
Let's go.
They're hard to find. And what are your, so you said it was your first time in New York. Did you have any like non-album promo related activities you were looking forward to doing besides for petting a bodega cat? Is there anything else you had on your agenda while you're here?
Dang, that's a good question. Do I? Probably.
Maybe we got to come up with a plan right now. We need an itinerary.
I think because everything's new, it's like an activity. Like even me taking the subway here was like a thing.
What'd you think of the subway?
It was super, super clean.
What subway were you?
I was traveling from Brooklyn. I took the 2 to 14th Street, and I got off on the 1 to 28th. And the one is not nice. The one is clean. The one I was on was clean.
Dude, you gotta tell me what
am I spewing false information right now?
The one is. I take the one every day. The one is not. I've never been on a clean one train.
There's cleaner than Toronto.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Are you bugging me? Or are you serious?
No, I'm dead ass.
Dead ass.
Do I seem like someone who? No, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
That's crazy. Wow. I gotta follow you back wherever you're going. It's whatever train you're taking.
Maybe by the end, I'll be like, okay, no, he's right. This is pretty.
The 2 is better than the 1. The 1 is not clean.
Okay, but with like the orange seats and all that.
Yeah, those are like those. Who knows how long those seats have been there?
Maybe I gotta like. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just.
I don't know. I don't want to ruin it for you. If you thought it was clean, I want you to live in that.
But I don't want to say that it's clean, reality. And then people would be like, "Oh, this guy thinks this guy's a dirty guy." He thinks that like, why? That's like not the case.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, wait. What else? Any other things on the agenda or not?
It's mostly rap stuff. Rap stuff. I don't know, bro. I'm just banking on that chopped cheese.
Yeah, but then there's a lot. No pizza.
Oh, pizza too. Yeah.
The only thing I'll say with New York pizza though is, and you're from Queens, so like you could maybe attest to this. There's a lot of great pizza, but there's so much quantity of pizza that odds are you're gonna get shitty pizza. Like you have to know what the good spots are. If you're just like, I'm gonna pull up to a random pizza stop, there's a good chance it might not be.
There's a lot of probably fakes.
Yeah,
because it's just like New York. Everyone wants pizza, so let's just.
So there's a lot of like okay pizza.
What pizza should I get? Just like cheese?
Well, that is your preference. My favorite pizza spot is John's of Bleecker, but that you can't get a slice. You gotta like wait in a long line and get the whole pie. It's like a whole thing. So that's a real New York experience probably, but you gotta take a little bit of time for that one.
Fair.
So all right, let's go back into this second paragraph of this album announcement. I turned 24 and my life changed really fast. Naturally, I was forced to change with it. I gained a new relationship with myself and the music, all while consistently being on the move, discovering myself in places once unknown to me, alongside friends who used to be strangers. So we kind of touched on a lot of this, but what was it like? Like, how are you with making new friends? Is that like a struggle for you, or is it a little easier now that you kind of force yourself to do that? Like, how was that?
What's cool about like just like art is like when people inspire you, I think it makes it a little easier to like befriend people, maybe. Cause like at the time, like I shout out Adit and shout out Arvin. I met those guys for the first time in June. Really talented directors out of Toronto. And I feel like that was just like our FaceTime in June was just like the one that like did all of this. Like Arvin like is like one of my really good friends, and we've done so many videos together, and we've just like been traveling together, and like it's kind of the thing that did put the insyt thing in like the upward trajectory for sure.
When did you start making music?
I started making music in 2019.
Okay, so you were like, you're 24 now.
I'm 24
so you
now.
were like a teenager.
I was a teenager. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So
I was a baby.
is everything? Do you look back on that and think like, you don't have any regrets necessarily, or like, oh, I would have done things differently, but do you just see the growth? Oh, do you see a lot of growth from then to now?
Yeah, it's like so funny because I was just in my room making music, being like, I don't know where this fits into my life, but it makes sense. Like, it's just like, it's fun. And I also didn't have the pressures of like trying to make it my profession per se, but I was just like having a good time.
Do you feel like it's adding pressure now that it's becoming more of a profession?
Nah, because I'm adulting. I gotta start adulting, and like I gotta make money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, there is something where it's like when people resist the fact that it's a job and a business, like that's an undeniable fact.
I think as stuff grows, I'll have like things I like about it, and I'll have my qualms about it, but like it's a blessing, and I can't deny that. You know, I'm like I want to live through my art. I think that's anyone's dream, especially like in this economy. Like,
and who knows where the economy's gonna go?
Exactly. So, but even like on that note, like I think that's something the project connects with, is like connecting with that teenager self, and the fact I was by myself in this growth of like learning how to do it. So I was like, yeah, I'm dancing by myself now. It's like a celebration of like how far I've come, kind of.
And now talking about being by yourself, you do everything by yourself when it comes to
Apparently.
How you make the music. You're on your rush shit. You like write, record, master, produce, mix, everything.
Yeah.
How is that? Do you like enjoy being hands-on with everything, or is that just out of necessity?
It was so fun for this one. I can't lie. It felt super necessary. Like I could have gone in different directions in terms of like even just like mixing, mastering, but like I mastered the album onto like this like Type 4 metal cassette because I just wanted to get that hiss and that warmth.
Yeah, you do. That's like a very distinct part of your music. Have you done that? Everything you put out?
Just this one. But the process of even getting it was like trial and error, but getting the cassette player, like finding the right type of cassette, figuring out like the audio interface, it was just fun.
Oh, that's an interesting way. I didn't realize like that's what would go into getting that in there. So that's like a real, like you put a real hiss in that.
Yeah, that's a real hiss in there.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm so like nerdy about that for some reason. Like I don't know.
Do you miss like physical, like having physical music? Like were you a big vinyl guy or?
I'm a huge vinyl guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like it's the form. I shouldn't say like necessarily it was meant to like be consumed, but it like adds another layer to like the listening experience. I think
it makes it. I'm a big vinyl guy too. It makes it feel a lot more intentional with what you're listening to.
Because you also can get like some album art. You get a poster with the vinyl. You get to like see it.
Yeah, it just feels a lot more tangible.
And you get to support your local record store.
That's true too.
Also, which is like big.
That's true too. There's a lot of good record stores in New York. Maybe that's something you could.
Oh
do.
My goodness. That's something I have to do.
Yeah, hit like Rough Trade or something like that. That'd be cool. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Because what I love about vinyl is like me and my girl, something we like to do together. But there's like, if we're just gonna listen to music, it's just like, all right, just throw something on. That is like, what record am I gonna put on? It's like a very intentional, like what mood am I in? What's gonna
through it?
Yeah, what's gonna soundtrack what I'm doing? When it's done, you're like, do I gotta flip the record over? Do I gotta change it to disc 2? There's like a lot of like,
I think that's sick though.
Yeah, I love it.
Especially in the era of just like streaming and just like our attention spans, mine included, admittedly.
Yeah, you're the guy making 1 minute songs. So
yeah, but I have. I forgot the attention span of like a tennis ball.
Is that getting worse? Mine's getting worse. I used to not feel that way, and I'm definitely getting worse.
I'm trying to be a little bit more disciplined when it comes to just like Reels and TikTok. I'm trying not to be on there as much.
Yeah, the problem is like that's turned into my job, talking about it being your job. So like I'm like, my job is to be on social media all the time.
Yeah, your job is to capture people's attention. Yeah.
So like, well, that makes it a little better that I do view it as like that's the medium for me to like get people to look at what I'm doing, not necessarily to consume, but you inevitably are consuming a lot when you're doing that. So
yeah,
it's a lot.
And sometimes it's just like you get into just like
rabbit holes.
rabbit hole. Yeah, it's actually.
I'm so paranoid
treacherous.
about like my algorithm that if I like sometimes I'll want to watch something, but I'm like, if I watch this one thing, I'm gonna get 300 more of this thing, and I'll just like I gotta get away from it. Like
it gets bad because I'll be like brushing my teeth, and then I'm like, I'll realize like I'm flipping through reels, like I need to put this down and like just like start my day and be, you know what I mean? Like it's a weird world we live in right now.
What's the like weirdest algorithm or rabbit hole you
I
like,
cannot
get
mention
into
it publicly.
What's like one you frequently get into? I guess maybe
memes.
I'm not a big meme guy.
I'm a huge
embarrassed
meme
to
guy.
say. Really?
Yeah. Not as much anymore, but definitely when I was like maybe like 18 to like 21, I was like a big meme guy.
Yeah.
My memes are more like sophisticated now. I'm more tasteful. Like I see a meme and I'm like, yeah, this is like a fine wine.
Do you have a favorite meme account?
Nah, not really. I used to like this meme account when I was younger called Trash Can Paul, but I'm not feeling it as much nowadays. I don't know if I should say that.
What happened to him?
I don't know if I should say that publicly.
Why? Did he get in trouble for something?
No, I don't know. Just like I don't want to bash anyone's like account, but
I remember, yeah. There's so many accounts that were big, and now it's like I don't see them anymore. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, just like again, bro, the taste of meme just wasn't memeing the way it was supposed to meme.
Maybe you got to make your own meme account.
Maybe insyt memes.
That would be cool.
I don't know. I don't think
the world's not ready.
I think the world wants that.
Like, hey man, stick to music, please. All right, getting back to the music. What do you think? We talked a little about growth, like just from an age standpoint of what you did with recording this album. But how do you think you've grown as an artist and as a producer, and just like in how you make music from your last album, Mi Casa Su Casa, to this one, Dancing by Myself?
Dang, I feel like I think those two albums like kind of play off of each other a bit in terms of like maybe sonically, just like the soul sample loopish vibe. I think I've just improved though. My rapping ability I think is tighter. I think my production ability is also tighter. Getting out of my comfort zone a bit with this one. Like I was punching in some songs.
Oh, you never did that before?
Not really. Like 82 Creed, the hook on that song I punched in. Like Shark Tooth Necklace I also punched in.
82 Creed, 10,000 Cuts and 82 Creed are probably my two favorite songs.
Those songs are hard.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I like those songs a lot.
I like that whole middle run from like that until Seance.
Yes.
Like that run.
I'm not lie, bro. I feel like the way I see the album, it starts off kind of light, and then maybe from 10,000 Cuts to the Art of Escape, it's like super just heavy and kind of just heavy. But then by the time you get to Balancing Act, Abrazo, Shark Tooth Necklace, it's kind of like lush and more easy.
Especially the outro, the last track you said with Melina's her name, right?
Yeah, Melina. Shout out Melina. Beautiful, beautiful artist, beautiful voice.
But like I said, I also love the way you start the album. I think the start to the album is awesome.
Yeah, that's like the thing. It's like I think the ballet, like that instrumental, it's like invites the feeling of an all-encompassing journey. Like I listened to that, just that loop, and it's just like, man, I could live in this. Right
I said the flute literally sounds like it's like welcoming me into the album. Like that's exactly what it feels
just
like.
That hiss, that I fuck with music a lot. Shout out music.
And I guess since you mentioned Melina, we could talk about some of the like collaborators on the album. Also, I want to ask about your For the Tribe collective.
Yes.
Because we were talking about, is Kai Banks in
the
collective? Dude,
yes.
Kai Banks is nice. I like just discovered him too. Like I wasn't even hip to him when his album dropped. Like probably within the last month, I discovered him.
Yeah, bro. Like dude's like a prodigy. He raps super well at a super young age.
How old is he?
I believe he's 19.
You believe he's 19?
Yeah, I don't want to put out false information, but I'm like 88% sure he's 19. 12% unsure.
Okay. That's a good percentage.
It was such a random.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Kai Banks is in the tribe. Kodo, who's on Grim Reaper, is For the Tribe. Soft Eyes. It's like Jet Black Ranji.
So you talk about you like typically are doing everything alone. You talk about being alone a lot and doing everything on your own. So what is it like when you're getting to collaborate with these people and working with that?
It's so sick. We have songs as a group where it's all of us, and it just makes so much sense. It flows. Iron sharpens iron, bro.
Sure.
I'm around like good artists, good people. I feel like it enhances my ability, and I like to think it does the same for them, you know?
Yeah, it gets everyone to push themselves. It gets everyone excited because people are all kind of doing different things.
Exactly.
You pick up on what everyone's doing, their process and making the music and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm actually so thankful. They're in New York right now also. So
really?
Yeah.
They're all from your area in Canada?
Yes.
So Kai's in New York right now?
Kai is in New York right now. I can feel his presence.
Dude, you know what? Now that you say it, I'm kind of feeling it too.
I'm dead.
So like, how do you feel about like trying to promote the album? Is that something, it's kind of like we were talking about the business aspect of it, but do you feel comfortable like promoting it? Is it kind of, is hanging out with me a total drag? Like,
can you imagine? I'd be like, yeah, man, this shit sucks.
I hate this. But do you feel, I guess like it's something, I'm a big Tyler the Creator fan, something he talked about of like,
Thanks.
People don't like shout enough and promote their music enough. They'll kind of like do it once and be like, oh, here's my album, and then kind of leave it. Do you feel like you struggle to at all internally to like yell about like, hey, listen to my music, like it's really good? Like,
I think for my last one I struggled with it, but this one not so much because I'm super proud of it.
Nice.
So it's like, and I want people to listen to it, and in order to do that, I need to promote it, and it's also a reflection of how important it is to me, and I believe in myself, so I'm gonna try to like stand on that for sure.
And you should feel that way because it is very good.
Thanks, man.
I really like it.
Thank
Also,
you so much.
I want to say, so I discovered you when you dropped Mikasa Sukasa. I love that album.
For sure.
I also love like the Warm Ups 2 EP you dropped recently. Like that's really good.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. You have still very early of a lot of years you're going to be making music, but you have a really good, like nice body of work, like catalog that you've already built for yourself in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, I'm proud of like the discography I'm slowly creating. And I think it's just funny because my older music's there too. Like when I was 20, 21, 22, it's part of the story. So I think, I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this for, but I'll be able to be like, yeah, this is like my early 20s, this is my mid 20s, this is my late 20s. I don't know if I'm going to be making Raps at 30, but we'll see.
Do you have any other creative endeavors you might want to do in the future?
Yeah, I want to make clothes.
Oh,
I love fashion a lot. I want to produce more. I want to start to get into like my beat making bag again.
You produce for other artists that much, or currently, or
not as much as I've like the past year has been super just like the album, and like also just like, you know, being artistic like with myself, given the by myself thing, but I want to like open up that door this year of producing for other people for sure. Do
you think you're more open to, and obviously you'd be down to do both, I assume, but like, are you more open to producing for other people, having other people produce for you to your rap?
Both. Yeah. Honestly, both are like big priority this year for sure, because it's cool to, you're going to hear a beat or something that someone made and you're going to be like, I could never have conceptualized this sound myself. So,
and it's also, we were saying before, like when you're working with other people, sometimes it's just someone doing something different, having a different approach. That's going to like, that might totally change how you approach music. And then that might make a turn in how you produce your music. And it leads to a new sound, or you never know. It's just like that exposure helps.
Collaboration in art is super necessary. I think it's potent on even the features on the album. Everyone did their freaking job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like had their moment, and it added to the overall just like sonic listening experience. So yeah.
All right. How do you think this went? Think we're good? You think we got anything else? Anything I missed? Anything you want to talk about?
I don't know.
I'm
a yapper, bro, so I can like
that's good.
I keep going.
I can't co-sign this album enough. I love it. I love your music. I love like, my favorite thing is I just love how you, with the production, like the soul, like pitched up soul samples, then like just the way your like voice comes in a lot deeper. Like I just love like sonically, like the way you produce your music.
Thank you.
It's really nice. I like this new album. I love everything you've put out in your whole catalog. So I highly recommend everybody go stream the new album Dancing by Myself. Actually, one other thing before we go, the vinyl question. Is there any potential for physicals?
I got
vinyls,
you.
anything?
Yeah, I got you. Yes, yes.
And you got me.
I got you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie because it's like also like when I see this album on vinyl for the first time, I'm gonna shed tears.
That is gonna be cool. So you've never made a vinyl for any of your past
never.
work?
And people have been asking me for the Mikasa vinyl for time, and it's like super necessary for sure.
Yeah, I would cop that so quick.
Yeah.
So okay, so maybe look out for that. So yes, I highly recommend it. Go check out Insyt. Where can people follow you?
Yeah. Insyt. It says INSYT_. YouTube, pretty much the same thing. I'm not gonna lie, that's like basically where I'm at. I'm not really on other things, to be honest. I probably should be.
What else is there to be on?
I don't know.
It's like Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah, like I'm not on
Twitter.
TikTok like that. I'm not on Twitter like that either.
Do you feel like you need to be? Do you feel like as an artist you you should be?
Yes.
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know. Maybe I don't.
A lot of TikTok, we're going to keep going, but that's fine. A lot of TikTok, I feel like, which I get.
I've never liked TikTok. I can't lie.
I'm a big post and ghost. Like, I don't scroll TikTok too much. I'm more on Instagram.
Okay.
So,
like on TikTok, I do the same thing. I would post and then just like delete the app.
Yeah.
And, like,
delete the app fully. That's
kind of extra, but it's honest.
But,
you said we got to be honest.
Yes, that's true. We have to be honest. But I do feel like I get because I feel the same way. I agree with this philosophy that it is like a volume game. Like you just got to get more shots up. Like I feel like that applies to music too in a way.
100%.
But I feel like it's lending itself to shit posting to a bit. Like TikTok.
Expand on that.
Like people are just like, oh, just put the phone down and like lip sync your song, and people do that like 100 times, and it's like, I get it.
But the thing is, bro, it works.
Yeah, it does work sometimes. Right? That is a thing. Like, I mean, it worked for Tommy Richmond, so it's like
the consistency of it and just like the algorithm will like. That's when you get into a different conversation about like the algorithm will reward you.
Yeah, but that's why it's like you need more shots. But I do think sometimes it like people almost limit sometimes I feel like the algorithm limits people's creativity because they're too worried about like I just got to post more and more and more.
I agree. In the like world we live in, I'm a big just art guy, and I'm a big making stuff with substance and making stuff that like I want a full sandwich, bro. I don't want just bread. You know,
nobody wants. Actually, Italians sometimes will just eat bread, but still, I get the point.
you know what I'm saying? So, and I think it's also again low key just like a reflection of the art and a reflection of what it means to you.
Yeah,
I think that's like even the thing with my visuals is like having the investment of time and collaboration with that. I think people appreciate that because it adds another aspect to the song. Also, you know.
I like the visuals you've done too, because like sometimes a lot of them, it's like you're kind of like stagnant in like one scene the whole time, but there's still a lot going on. It's engaging. It keeps you focused. Like I like the style you've done. Who do you usually who do you work with?
My guy Arvin. Shout out Arvin. He's Arvin Archives on Instagram. One of my really good friends. He's just like a visionary. Man, I've been like traveling with this guy and just hang out with this guy, and like in different artistic spaces we're in, like people will always ask his input, you know? So it's like, I don't know, shout out that guy. Shout out to D, he did the Dreamcatcher video. Shout out Genesis out in Seattle, he did the Seance video. And we got more stuff coming up.
I was going to ask, we got more videos on the horizon?
Oh, I got you, yeah, for sure.
All right.
Definitely.
All right, look out for that. Okay, I think we're good. Insyt, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. This was really fun.
Well, wasn't too bad.